Into the woods we go. Good morning, y'all. So I just got dropped off at Rockfish Gap by Stanimals in Waynesboro. Just filled out my Shenandoah permit. So I'm officially in Shenandoah National Park, which is really exciting. Not sure how far I'm gonna go today. There's a shelter in like 7.7 and then one in almost 21. And of course, that's where the only water sources are, so that makes it a little complicated. Don't think I'm ready to do 21 yet, but also don't want to do 8 because it's literally 7:30 in the morning now. I'll be there before lunchtime. So yeah, just gonna get there, assess the situation, might go further, might stay there, who knows. Alright, so let's talk about Shenandoah National Park for a minute. So like the Smokies, when you come into the park, you have to get a permit, but for Shenandoah, you don't have to pay, so that's really nice. I believe the park is around 106 miles long. I could be wrong. It's somewhere around there though. And also, unlike the Smokies, you can do dispersed camping, which is really nice. In the Smokies, you have to stay at the shelters, but in Shenandoah, you can stay at the huts or at like a stealth spot. But there are some rules you need to follow too, so. Ugh, big hill. Well, not big hill, steep little hill. But one of the biggest things Shenandoah is known for are the waysides. So the waysides are like places you can stop, get a milkshake, or get some food, or just resupply. They're mainly for like the tourists that are camping, but it's also really convenient for thru hikers as well. So that's cool, it's gonna be fun. Shenandoah is also known for having a ton of bears. They say like if you're gonna see a bear on the AT, it's probably gonna be in Shenandoah or the Great Smoky Mountains National Park or New Jersey. That's another one that I hear a lot. What else? Okay, let's see. Oh, and Shenandoah is also known for having like easier terrain, so that's good. Doesn't seem much easier to me yet, but I don't know. Are you hiding from me? I can still see you. Bye. What are these? This isn't an old grave, right? If so, that's kind of crazy that somebody put a white blaze on it. I doubt it is. It can't be. It just kind of looks like one. Wow, what a beautiful sight. So a lot of you can probably tell that I've been really struggling since I've gotten back on trail. It's been really hard. Like honestly, the terrain's been tough. I've missed my friends. It was hard going home and seeing my family, and yeah, there's just stuff about regular life that I really miss doing. So I've had a really hard time these past couple days, and I've been mostly alone. Like there hasn't been a lot of people around until I got to the hostel yesterday. And I started talking to some people this morning, and I basically told them exactly what I just told you. And they were just like super nice. They're like, you can hike with us if you want. We're going slow right now anyways. So that's really cool. And I didn't get her trail name, but one of them is actually, I believe her name's Morgan. She also has a YouTube channel. So that was pretty cool. We recognized each other instantly. But yeah, I'm feeling a little better today. I was kind of nervous because this is kind of a headspace I got in last year when I made the decision to get off trail. In the past few days, I've kind of been like, well, if I'm not enjoying this, why am I doing it? Because I love the AT, and that's the biggest reason why I hike. But if I'm not having fun, then I don't know. I don't want to force something that's not fun for me. But I'm really trying to stay positive. I'm trying to make some new friends. I know that will make a big difference for me. Random pile of rocks on top of Calf Mountain. I'm less than half a mile away from the Calf Mountain shelter, and it's only 10:40, so I don't know what to do. I don't really want to stop today, or stop that early, and it's such a nice day. But at the same time, I don't want to push it too hard. The next shelter is like 13 miles after that one, and I could also stealth camp. There's no water in between these two shelters, really. And also just the thought of like having like the bear poles to hang my food on would be really nice. And then I'm also trying to like put myself around people as much as possible, just because I've been feeling kind of lonely. So I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop when I get to the trail junction for the shelter and eat some lunch and decide there. I would go down to the shelter to eat, but it's like 0.3 off trail, so if I'm not gonna stay there, I'm not gonna walk down there. Going to sit on this nice little rock right here and eat some lunch. I decided to keep on moving. I just can't justify stopping at 11 on such a nice day like this. It's not even hot yet. It feels so good out here. Got a nice breeze going. This is my last chance to get water for the next 13 miles. Update on how my foot is doing. It's actually doing pretty decent, like better than I thought it would do coming back on trail, honestly. It is getting sore and it is tired. It's still a little bit bruised, but I actually think it looks better instead of worse than when I left home, so that's really good. I think the dancer's pad that I have in my shoe helps a lot because it puts a lot of the pressure, or it takes a lot of the pressure off of my big toe and puts it kind of like on the rest of my foot, so that's been good. Believe it or not though, the part of my body that is giving me trouble is my hip and my glute that I injured last year. And it's actually kind of concerning. It's kind of bad. I noticed it yesterday getting pretty bad when I was coming into town. But I was like, you know, I'm just going to rest when I get to town. No biggie. This morning, woke up, felt pretty good. It felt fine. And now that I've been hiking for a while today, it's starting to hurt again pretty bad. So I really hope it's something that I can keep under control. Sorry, one second, just came across a really pretty view. I guess y'all can't see it super well through the trees, but it is beautiful through here. But I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. I'm gonna stretch it the best I can and we'll just go from there. We'll see how it does. Oh, okay. I kind of regret not stopping at the last shelter because now my hip is really hurting. Jeez. I also just encountered a man who I believe was homeless. He was on the trail hiking, but didn't really have the best gear and stuff. Not that you have to have the best gear to hike, but yeah. This is literally the third situation within the past week that has made me uncomfortable, which really sucks. Definitely miss hiking with Forlow for this reason because I never had to worry about like camping alone or hiking alone. Somebody obviously already or always knew where I was at. Despite the fact that my hip is hurting me today, I have really enjoyed being in Shenandoah today. I mean, there's not really been like any crazy views, but the beginning of the trail was like pretty rocky, but Now it's just smooth, it's nice, it's gradual. The temperature is like perfect. There's been a slight breeze. I literally could not ask for a better day of hiking. Alright y'all, so I made it to Turk Gap, and at that point I basically just decided that I wanted to get off trail and get a hotel room for tonight. Honestly, I probably should have stopped at the Calf Mountain Shelter and only did like 7.7 miles today. Especially considering my hip was hurting yesterday, but I didn't know, like, when I got to the shelter it wasn't really hurting that bad, and then it started hurting worse and worse the further I got from the shelter. But yeah, I still had like 8.5 miles from the Black Rock Hut, I believe it's called. And honestly, I just didn't feel like doing dispersed camping by myself. I've been struggling. I knew I was going to be alone if I did that. And I think being alone at camp probably would have just made me struggle more than I already have been. And I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to do that. So yeah, I tried calling an Uber from the Turk Gap trailhead, and it worked. Like, it was fine, but it took like an hour and I still didn't have like a driver that was coming, even though there were like lots of drivers in the area. There was just really high demand. And as I was sitting there, a shuttle driver showed up and he was picking up someone else from the trailhead. And he's like, "You want to ride?" And I was like, "Sure." So I ended up riding with him. So that worked out pretty good. And he actually didn't even charge me for the ride into town. But tomorrow when I go back out to the trail, I'll of course pay him and probably tip him too. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I also thought a hotel would be good tonight just because, like, I haven't really had my own space. I feel like I just need time to like decompress, relax. Yeah. I am worried about how my hip's going to do going forward. I think what's happening is that I'm walking more on the outside of my foot because it's like the inside of my foot and my big toe that's messed up. And I think walking on the outside of my foot is what's causing my hip pain. So I'm going to do a lot of stretching tonight. My physical therapist taught me how to like realign my pelvis so that I'm not walking so strangely, because when I was hiking today I could tell that my like gait was just totally off so bad. The only bad thing about this injury is that I know it could get a lot worse, and even today it got worse like so quickly. So I'm a little bit frustrated right now. I feel like I want to finish this hike so bad. Like, I wouldn't be here over 800 miles in if I didn't want to finish it. But right now my body is protesting, and I guess, I don't know. The way I look at it is that tomorrow I'm going to get back on trail and my body will let me know if I can keep hiking or not. I'm trying not to overthink it. It's really as simple as that. And I thoroughly enjoy being on the trail. So, you know, if my body's not willing to do it right now, it just means that I get to come back and do it later. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for being supportive. One of the hardest things about like YouTubing your hike is not only do you like put this pressure on yourself and your family and friends to like fully complete the hike, but you also feel so much pressure from YouTube, like you have to complete it, especially me considering this is my second time, because I really just don't want to let anybody down, and yeah, that part of it kind of sucks. But I'm not saying that I'm not completing the hike. I'm going to keep trying. I literally, like I said at the beginning of this hike, I am going to keep walking as long as I can. And the mental struggles have been really hard, but I know I can work through them. It's just a matter of like, is my body gonna let me? But yeah, pretty sure I'm just rambling on. I'm gonna get some rest in this hotel room, and I will see you guys in the morning when I get back on trail.